Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a while since I created a video. I just thought I would this time. Something that I don't know, I guess I was kind of like, I was going into a convenience store yesterday, and I overheard somebody talking about, my job, and all this stuff. My job, I get this, my job, I get that, and, I've been able to do this because of my job, and, well, and I'm not going to do this because, well, my job, I might lose my job. Alright, anybody that's ever worried about losing their job, and I'm going to use job as quotations, has already lost it. The reason being is that you worry about it so much that you do something wrong. Or, if you're worried about losing your job, you may not have actually just already lost it, but you'll be miserable. Okay? I have an advice for everybody. You have a lot of people out in the world that, they work at construction business, or they work at McDonald's, fast food, something like that, or, a restaurant, or a bar, or whatever. And if you don't absolutely believe that in 20 years you could be doing that same job and still be happy, well, then you're wasting time. One thing people need to do that a lot of people don't, they look for just jobs, something to make ends meet. Well, is it a career? Because that's the difference. A career is something that in 20 years you still like to do. And whether or not it's the highest paying career out there or not, if working at a convenience store, you want to be a cashier for the rest of your life, and you want to make a career out of it, and the possibility of moving up to being an assistant manager and being a manager, or maybe even possibly owning your own store or chain of stores eventually, that's a career. Now, working at a convenience store or anywhere else, I'm not singling any job, or any job really out. If you're just there to make money and that's it, you don't enjoy it, or you might enjoy it for a little bit, and then nah, it's all right. Well, I gotta go to work. If you feel that way about it, you need to seriously rethink your life. You need to start looking into what it is that you like to do. Now, I'm not saying, well, I like watching movies, so being a movie critic would be awesome. Yeah, it would be awesome, but you got to think about how you're going to get there. What can you do with movies? What else is there that you like? Do you like computers and you like movies? Well, maybe you should go to like some technical school and maybe become a special effects type guy or girl, learn how to do that, where you work with computers and you working with movies. You get to see what the movies are, and behind the scenes and all that stuff, and do some really cool stuff with computers. That's just an idea. And then also, you don't have to go to school to have a career. Like, for instance, I'm gonna take myself. I'm in oil and gas. Specifically, I'm in pipeline. I do anything from taking it from the rig to the plant. Now, I'm not all about going inside the plants. I have worked in them, but I'm not all keen on that. But taking it to the plant, or from the plant to, basically a distribution center, like a meter station or something like that. Now that's what I've done, or that's what I do, and I've been doing it now for, I'm 32 and 14 years, going on 14 years, almost 14, and I love my job. I've worked my way up. I started off as a laborer, went from there and became an operator, a heavy equipment operator, and then from there I became a foreman, and for the last few years I've kind of bounced around from different titles, and but mainly just supervision and also inspection. I tried my hand at that. It's not really tried. I don't really care for it. It's a little bit harder they're not harder, it's just, I don't know, it's kind of complicated, but it's an easy job. It's just the other stuff that entails, so I'm not gonna get into that. But anyways, what I'm getting at though is that I've made a career out of my life. Now, I don't have any schooling when it comes to pipeline, oil and gas, or anything like that. Now, could I have gotten schooling and maybe have a better position by now? Well, yeah, obviously. I could be an area manager, or I could be a project manager, or I can own my own company, if I'd gone to school and done this. I'm not knocking school at all. I'm just saying that you don't have to. Now, just think about, though, if you have a job and you'd like it, say you do like, working at Walmart, and you work as a cashier or whatever, but you do enjoy your job, you like interacting with people and whatever, well, start thinking about, okay, what's my desire? Do I want to move up into management? Do I want to move to being an assistant manager or senior cashier or what? I don't know what all the titles are, or manager or whatever. All right, now, if you've already been thinking about that, why you're doing that, well, what do you plan, or what are the reasons behind that, and how do you plan to get there? Because you got to make the right decisions. Now, everybody's going to make mistakes, obviously, but you need to learn from them, of course. But you got to make the right decisions, because if you go about it the wrong way, your career, if you do like it, is going to spiral out of control and down the drain, and then you'll be back to square one, and you may end up having to go to Kmart and be a cashier instead, because that's your only business, or that's your only skills, right? Well, just think about that. Don't look at your job if you enjoy it and you don't aspire to be anything, do anything else, any other kind of job, if you don't care to work with computers, you don't care to drive a truck, or you don't care to run a shovel or whatever, okay? Think about what it is that you want and work towards it. If you like your job, start making the right steps, the right decisions to make that into a career, okay? And stop calling my job a job. Yes, it's a job, but it's a lifestyle. If you really want to get technical with it, it's similar to a lifestyle, and you have to embrace it. You have to control it. You have to take control of it and push it. Don't just sit in idle, okay? Like, I got a very good friend, or is my best friend, really. He has been working his butt off to become he says he's not sure which side he's going to the last time I checked him, but he's in the medical field now, and he's in school for it, and he is still doing whatever he can to provide for his family and whatnot, and I give him kudos on it, because he's tried everything else, and that was the one thing that he really did enjoy when he was in the Navy. He really enjoyed that aspect of it, he's always enjoyed the whole medical side, and now he's working on a degree to make that into a career. Do that, okay? If you don't like doing something, don't do it. Move on to something else that you may like, or that you do like, okay? It's my tip of the day, I guess you can say. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm about to pull up to the house, and y'all have a good one. Peace.